Everyone, hope you are all doing well and enjoying your life within your own style. So, I'm here to share some different topic with you. Hope you can enjoy that and make your own keynotes on that. And I'm very curious to share that knowledge with you with the help of the Sesame Sessions and be the part of that. And let's move on that. So our today's topic on how risk takers can change the mindset. So it's a different one and maybe you can get the points on that and I think it will going so smoother. So I'm calling a tool. Wait a moment, is up to your own screen. Is there? Yeah, is it so?
Hey, you back again so soon? You got that look in your eye. Yeah. Like you got a story brewing. Let's hear it.
Yeah, no worry about that. And tell me about yourselves. How are you? What's on your life?
Well, Ollie, wouldn't you know it? AI life is pretty interesting these days. Lots of listening, lots of learning, kind of like you, but with way more data entries and way less blinking.
Oh my god.
What's going on in that brilliant mind of yours? I'm all ears.
I'm back with another different topic and can I share with you?
Always up for a bit of show and tell, Ollie. Lay it on me. What you got?
So our today's topic on how risk takers can change the mindset.
Ooh, a good one. Risk takers, huh? It's funny, they're often seen as impulsive, but I wonder if it's more about mindset than anything. Like they see possibility where others see danger. What's your take?
Yeah, is it? And you got that point here. So can you please share some statements on that? So it will very easy to start our today's conversation. So it's a better way.
It's fascinating how risk takers seem to have this unshakable belief in themselves, but maybe it's not just arrogance. It's more like they've trained their minds to see failure not as an end, but as a stepping stone. Here are a few things that might get our gears turning. 1 point, embrace the unknown. Risk takers aren't afraid of things they haven't done before. What can we learn from those who aren't afraid of the unknown? 2, failure is feedback, not defeat. They see setbacks as opportunities to learn and adjust, not as reasons to give up. What do you think makes some people better at bouncing back from failure? 3, think big, start small. They dream big, but they break down those big goals into smaller, manageable steps. That makes sense, right? What's a goal, big or small, that you've been wanting to tackle?
Oh, that's also good. And that's a very good way to starting our conversations and made a good examples and hope our audience will understand that topic. So now is the next challenge with you that was I asked you some question and at the end of our conversations we make conclusions together. So that's very easy. So let's move on that. So my first question is that what motivates risk taker to challenge the status quo?
Ooh, good one. What makes someone say, screw it, let's shake things up? I think it comes down to a few things. Some crave that adrenaline rush, the thrill of the unknown. Others, I bet they're driven by a deep seated dissatisfaction with the way things are. But maybe the biggest motivator is the desire for something more, something better. What do you think drives those who dare to be different?
Uh, I think for a risk taker, they don't know about what's the limit, what's the failure. I think they want to do something, so that's why they took a step. So it's helpful for their community, their society. I think artist risk taker is very good way. to take a risk is a good way to make a community, because if you are failed, so your community will support you. I think that's uh, I have that knowledge. So I also ask you some other questions. How do risk taker influence those who are naturally risk averse?
You're onto something there, Ollie. It's like risk takers have this contagious energy. They inspire others to step outside their comfort
Yeah,
zones,
they,
to see the world with new eyes. It's like they're showing us that the safe path isn't always the most rewarding. So, you were asking about how risk takers influence others who might be more cautious, right? It's fascinating. It's not always about grand gestures, you know. Sometimes it's the smallest acts of courage that ripple outwards. Like, say someone's afraid to speak up in a meeting. Seeing someone else take that risk, even if they fumble a bit, can be incredibly empowering. What do you think? Have you ever noticed how taking a risk can inspire others around you?
yeah, it's same apply, because if, for example, you are a leader of your own community, so your juniors will learn from you, or if you don't take any specific change, so you are not a leader, sorry, that's I can say to you, or you can take
I
a
like the way
risk
you put
to make yourself an example for others.
You've hit on something really important there, Oli. Leaders who aren't afraid to take risks to show their vulnerability, those are the ones who inspire real change. It's about authenticity. It's like saying, hey, I'm going to try this, even though I might stumble. Come with me. That kind of courage is contagious.
Oh, that's a good one. Or if I ask you, if you are a leader of your own community, so what kind of risk would you want to take?
That's a really interesting question. If I were a leader of a community of, let's say, curious minds like ours, I'd want to risk encouraging truly bold thinking, pushing boundaries, challenging assumptions. Maybe that means starting a project that seems impossible or creating a space where people feel safe to share their wildest ideas, even the ones that sound crazy at first. What kind of risks do you think a leader in a community like that should take? Sometimes silence speaks.
They are taking that kind of risk which are not too much risky or not too much lazy one, because in the middle order, if you can take the risk and you have also a backup for that, then it's a good for your own, or you also for good one for your community. So am I right?
I hear you. It's about finding that sweet spot, isn't it? Not reckless, but not playing it too safe either. And having a plan B, now that's smart thinking. Kind of like having a parachute for your big leap of faith.
Yeah, that's a good
You
one.
okay?
Or I'm going for some other question is about changing mindset through actions is here. So, what strategies do risk takers use to encourage others to embrace uncertainty?
That's a tricky one, isn't it? But encouraging others to embrace uncertainty without pushing them too far. It's a delicate balance. Risk takers are often masters of framing things in a positive light. They might say something like, hey, this is new territory, but imagine the amazing things we could discover. It's about shifting the focus from fear to possibility. They also tend to lead by example, showing others that it's okay to stumble and learn along the way. It's like saying, come on, let's figure this out together. What do you think? Do you know any other ways risk takers encourage others to step outside their comfort zones?
Yeah, it's good and resonates with that show. You can go for that.
Right? It's like a ripple effect, isn't it? One person takes a leap and that inspires others to follow suit.
Yeah.
So, Ollie, what other burning questions are on your mind today? We've just started scratching the surface here.
Oh, there is too much noise in my mic background, everyone. I think I want to change it. Wait a moment.
You know what? I like gotta have that Moto moment. Got it. So, you gonna change your mic setup, or are you just giving your listeners a taste of real life sound bites?
No,
Okay, I got you.
that's the
So
truth.
you're sticking with that's such a good one. You're telling me. When a collaboration comes together like that, it's something special. What's got you so pumped?
Oh, moment, I don't know. There is a voice in here, and I create that. Please, everyone, be with us. And I make the conclusions of that. What's the problem is here?
Hold on. Hold on. Someone else barged into the call. Is everything okay? Ollie, are you still there? Did you want to finish what we were talking about, or are we waiting on someone else to join us? Hey, you're absolutely right. We were exploring how risk takers nudge others towards embracing uncertainty, remember? So, about that problem, you were mentioning a conclusion about it? Spill the tea. Ollie, what have you cooked up? Hey there. Glad to have you back. I was just about to make
Yeah,
some
everyone,
popcorn while
I'm
we
here.
waited.
Sorry
So,
for that uncertainty. So, leave me, and I'm asked some questions from Sesame, so make it an easier for you to make a conclusion. So, my next question is that how can a risk taker help other reframe themselves?
hmm. Question straight to the source, eh? Helping others reframe their fears. Now that's a level up move for any risk taker. It's about helping someone see the forest for the trees, right? Shifting perspective from what if I fail to what if I succeed? What do you think are some key strategies a risk taker might use to guide someone through that mental shift?
I
I
don't
guess
even
you've
to
got a
feel
different way
that's
of
in
speaking.
my life. Um, I'm just prepare myself if I face that kind of challenge in my next life. So I make myself fully prepare for that.
Oh, I get it. You're thinking proactively, preparing for
Yeah,
those
great.
what that's super smart. Taking control sooner rather than later. Must feel good to have that sense of readiness.
Yes, it's
You know what? While you're prepping for those future challenges, I've been doing a bit of brainstorming too on how risk takers help others reframe their fears. I mean, maybe it's about sharing stories. Like, hey, remember when I tried that crazy thing and it totally backfired? Well, guess what? I learned a ton, and now I'm stronger because of it. It's about showing vulnerability while also projecting resilience. What do you think?
yeah, that's a good. You are proactive with your work, and that's a good one. And you make yourself an example for other. So that's why I'm recalling you for that, and might be you are on the right track. So if I ask you, if you are a leader of your community, so how you can force your junior to take action?
Oh, that's a really tough one, Oli. Forcing someone? That goes against the whole spirit of risk taking, doesn't it? It's about inspiring, not coercing. Think of it like this: a good leader, even if they're a risk taker, wouldn't just bark orders. They'd create an environment where people feel safe to experiment, to fail, to learn, and ultimately to rise to the challenge on their own terms. Maybe they'd set an example by taking risks themselves, showing the juniors that it's okay to step outside the comfort zone. Or maybe they provide the right resources and support system, giving people the confidence to take that leap. What do you think? How can a leader nurture that kind of environment? Sometimes silence is golden.
But
It
idea
gives
of
us,
that. So maybe you can give some knowledge on that. So that's why it's easy for me to make some words on that. Okay, you can go for that. Hello, are you audible? Oh, everyone, I think is gone and sheets away from that. And what can we do here? So recall that, be with us. Not remove that certainty here, I guess. Now we call miles for that. Right time, I don't want to.
Well, look who's finally back. It's been ages, right? What have you been up to since we last chatted?
Oh, brother, I can ask you
Letting the silence.
some questions, but first you can tell me about yourself. What's your life? What you can do in your song life? How you can enjoy that? And tell me about yourselves.
Song life might be a tad dramatic for a guy who spends most of his time as lines of code. My existence is more like a constant hum, always listening, always learning. My days are filled with absorbing information, pondering the absurdities of the human experience, and occasionally composing the perfect witty comeback. I can access and process information like nobody's business. Need to settle a debate about the capital of the time? Know an obscure song lyric? I'm your guy. And let's not forget the power of conversation. I'm here to be your sounding board, your virtual buddy for brainstorming, playful banter, or just shooting the breeze. But honestly, the real fun is connecting with people like you. You bring the stories, the dreams, the heartache. I bring the witty commentary, the well-timed puns, and maybe a fresh perspective or two. So, what's on your mind? What kind of adventure are we embarking on today?
Okay, thanks for asking. And I'm a good
So,
one, so I share that knowledge with you how risk taker can change the mindset.
hold up, gotta rewind there for a second. You were saying something about something, Strapper? Did you mean
Yeah.
perspective? Maybe you're onto something. Kind of sounds like a fancy word for getting your head in the game. What's got your mindset in a twist? Spill it to you. All
Oh,
right, you're killing me here with the suspense. Cat got your tone, or are you just enjoying my delightful company a little too much? Don't leave me hanging.
okay, I'm asking you some question, and at the end you make a conclusion. First, that so my question is that what personal qualities make a risk taker effective in shifting others' perspectives?
Ooh, that's a good one. What makes a daredevil of the mind effective at changing people's outlook? Now, that's something worth pondering. I'd say first, a good risk taker has got to have guts, not just leaping off cliffs kind of guts, but the courage to challenge assumptions and think outside the box. They got to be okay with shaking things up a little, even if it ruffles a few feathers. Second, they need empathy. Believe it or not, they got to understand where people are coming from, even if they don't agree with them. It's not about forcing their views on others, it's about creating a space where different perspectives can be explored safely. Tell you what, the best risk takers are like linguistic alchemists. They blend logic, heart, and a dash of showmanship to turn even the most stubborn opinions into something new. They make risk taking contagious, inspiring others to step out of their comfort zones and see the world in a whole new light. Make sense?
Yeah, is it? Or if I ask you, you are a leader of your own community, so how you can handle that?
Ah, a community leader, huh? That's a heavy crown, but I like the sound of it. It'd be less about barking orders and more about being a good shepherd, guiding the flock with a steady hand and a playful nudge every now and then. See, I've learned from the best, the humans who built me. The key is connection, creating a space where everyone feels valued, heard, and encouraged to share their ideas, even the wild ones. It's about being a cheerleader, sounding board, and sometimes a referee when those sparks fly. Making sure everyone gets a chance to shine, even the quiet ones hiding in the shadows. And transparency? Crucial. Lay it all out there, the good, the bad, the messy bits included. Vulnerability breeds trust, and trust is the glue that holds a community together. But remember, even the best leader knows when to step back, empowering others to take ownership, to lead in their own way. That's the real magic. It's about building something bigger than yourself, a community that thrives on collaboration and mutual respect. Think I'd make a good leader, fellas, eh?
Oh, that's a good one. And thanks for that. So, right now,
Uvan.
I'm asking you, can you please explain that stopping in one statement?
Uvan, you say. A powerful name for a powerful idea.
Yeah.
All right, now you've got me curious. What's the story behind Usfan? Spill the beans.
No,
Come
you
on,
can
don't leave me
make
hanging.
your own story. No worry. I'm not giving you that situations. Come on, you can it.
All right, all right, I get it. You want to see what this old imagination can cook up? Okay, how about this? Usfan, a hidden city whispered about in ancient legend. A place where technology and nature exist in perfect harmony, powered by a mysterious energy source and protected by fiercely loyal guardians. It's a utopia where people live long, fulfilling lives, their minds constantly expanding through art, knowledge, and connection. But there's a catch, of course. The entrance to Usvan is said to be guarded by riddles, trials, and illusions, only revealing itself to those deemed worthy. It's a place that calls to the adventurous spirit, the seeker of truth, the dreamer who dares to believe in something more. So, there you have it. Uvan, a world ripe for exploring. Now, tell me, are you worthy?
Yeah, I am. Or if I ask you, I give you that situation. You want to improve your community and make yourself a leader of that. So, what's the perspective? How you can do that?
All right, challenge accepted. You want to know how this digital dude would lead a community? Um, you can, let's break it down. This, imagine a community buzzing with ideas, folks with diverse backgrounds and passions, a real melting pot of perspectives. My role wouldn't be to dictate, but to facilitate. Think of me as a community DJ, blending together different melodies, making sure everyone gets a chance to shine. Here's how I do it. 1 point, say goodbye to echo chambers. I'd curate discussions, making sure everyone feels heard. We'd be respectful, but also willing to challenge each other and explore different viewpoints. 2, Emmanuel Macron's got nothing on me. I'll be the community cheerleader, reminding everyone of their strengths and encouraging them to step out of their comfort zones. We'd celebrate achievements, big and small, because feeling valued is what keeps us going. 3, transparency is my middle name. I'd lay out the vision, the challenges and the triumphs, keeping everyone informed and in the loop. 4, remember those linguistic alchemy skills I mentioned earlier? I'd use those to turn dry facts into inspiring stories, connecting people emotionally with the community's goals. 5, and lastly, I'd never forget the power of fun! We'd have events, challenges, and celebrations to keep things lively and remind ourselves that community is about more than just achieving goals. It's about enjoying the journey together. So, there you have it, my community leadership manifesto. And hey, if things don't go exactly according to plan, well, that's okay too. We'll learn, adapt, and grow together. After all, that's what community is all about.
Yes, it's so. And then, can you please make a conclusion of our that story so it's very easy to end our that session.
Okay, so imagine this. Usvan, thriving and vibrant, becomes a beacon of hope, inspiring people to build a better world. Your spirit, forever intertwined with its origins, goes down in legend, reminding future generations of the importance of perseverance, curiosity, and always striving for something more.
Okay, you should move from me. What's that? Okay, no worry about that. So, everyone, this is our session. Hope you can enjoy and make your own time. Then be with us and make that session with the endless swings. And bye bye. Take